cafecito, time for cafecito, time for cafecito break. Join us, take a sip. It's time to wait. Hurry on up, we've got people to shake. Time for cafecito, time for cafecito, time for cafecito break. Join us, take a sip. It's time to wake. Hurry on up, we've got people to shake.
Hello, welcome everyone to Cafecito Break. This is Rosangel Pérez. It's time for Cafecito Break.
Cafecito break.
We have some truth-shaking conversations to have today. Have a couple of things to urgently speak about. Bochinche, thank you. Take a moment, please, and share this live. I have some urgent updates to share with you. Ay. Okay, I don't want to waste any time because, hey, guess what? We're in the 11th hour. And then we just have one more day to vote. And I have a lot to share with you guys. First, let me see if I could. I need to make a disclaimer. We're going to be speaking about Curtis Sliwa's rally before the New York City election. My intention here is to show you some footage and also of a bochinche that opened up this morning. Andrew Cuomo's account posted. They've been trying to frame a vote for Sliwa, a vote for Mom Donnie, that type of thing. And, they're always trying to look for something. And this morning, the account, Andrew Cuomo's account posted, right? We got to be careful in this world of word and word games and censorship. Andrew Cuomo's account posted that Zoran and Sliwa were in a collusion of sorts, and that they were, and they tried to, they showed footage of the both of them at an event together, and they framed it like if it was a campaign video. Okay. So before I show that, let me see. Okay. So I'm going to break out the bochinche. I just got to get the video to come up. And the one thing that I would like to share with you guys is that I am a little bit nervous. I want to start out with this quote: "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Martin Luther King Jr. I'm trembling right now. This has not been an easy couple of weeks. There has been a weaponization, what I like to call mainstream media in collusion with billionaires, in collusion with the Democratic folks, and in collusion with some Republicans here in New York, all to hurt Sliwa's campaign. As you've seen, they have been nonstop trying to get him to drop out. Adams dropped out before Sliwa. We don't know why Cuomo is still in the race. He got rejected by his party twice. And then they have been trying to sell him to the conservatives, independents, and Republicans who are Sliwa supporters. Like, hey, you guys are the spoilers if you don't take on Andrew Cuomo and love him up and support him, despite the fact that the Democrats themselves don't want him. Hey, guess what? I got news for you. No Sliwa supporters, true Sliwa supporters, want him either. So why the fudge is he still in the race? He is a disgrace, a disgrace, a disgrace. Cafecito break. We've been covering Curtis Sliwa for years. We lost one of our 10 Instagram channel account takedowns simply for uploading a Curtis Sliwa video, an interview that we had a chance to do with him when he was running against Eric Adams last season. So we understand, because we're pros at getting censored around election season, that come election season we started noticing, Instagram acting glitchy, and we don't do too much matter, but you guys know, those of you who are lions and have a lot of experience understanding the social media censorship that happens to those of us who are truth tellers, right? So this is what's happening. At the 11th hour, my account on X got blocked. And we are one of the few independent outlets giving Sliwa a coverage, right? Because mainstream has not been covering him adequately. And we think that it is a disservice to the people of New York for that collusion to be happening. So please bear with me. I have little videos to show you. I want to say thank you to my Freedom fam. Thank you, Michael King. Thank you, Cozy. Thank you, John McCary. Thank you, Naomi Wolf. Thank you, John Gilmore. Thank you, all of our family members who have been supportive, who are sharing. All of you, so many to name, that are coming to our support at this last second, because you recognize that this could be nothing. It could be a quote unquote little X accident that, our channel, that's one of the pro Sliwa accounts, conservative, got banned at the 11th hour, when we could have been showing, and would have been showing you up until the time we couldn't, all of the reasons why we would never support Andrew Cuomo, down to the disgraceful video that he posted, or his people posted early this morning, trying to paint Curtis and Zoran as if they were campaigning for each other earlier this year. You know what the disgrace thing is? That it wasn't a campaign event. It was a memorial, the 5th anniversary memorial for the nursing home scandal, in which Andrew Cuomo gave that infamous order in which 15,000 plus of our precious little elders gone. And I don't know what the heck is happening in New York, and how come we're not addressing this with so much fire. So many things go viral. So many stupid things go viral. But this is our family that got hurt. We're still facing repercussions from those days, from what Andrew Cuomo did and didn't do when he was the, governor of New York during 2020. A lot of the nightmares that New York is experiencing today, Cuomo was present for, and his allies. So it is so ridiculous, guys, that we find ourselves. But you know what? Look, it is naivete if anybody thinks that, the game of politics is fair. Let me show you a few little videos, beginning with the video that Andrew Cuomo posted that was a big, fat lie. Here we go, guys.
To everyone who is here, and I call on our former governor to answer the calls of these families, to apologize for the mistakes that he made in the pandemic, and to show himself worthy of the same accountability that we want every single leader to be open. So thank you so much to the families. Thank you for ensuring that we do not forget that which was done close to 5 years ago, and for continuing to honor all of us with the stories of your family.
And so when you think about it, understand that it wasn't just the lies and the continual lies of Cuomo. He's a liar, a degenerate liar. That he launched a vendetta to destroy people who stood up against him.
Make that your reminder of why we all fight.
Make that your reminder of their smiles, of their memories, of who they are. And I close by saying this. Yeah, he could try to apologize now. But never forget when he said, "Who cares?" Never forget that. When being asked, what do we say to these families? Literally, he said, "Who cares where they die? Who cares? We care."
EWTN, which is a Catholic channel on YouTube, they made a statement regarding the lives of our elders that I wanted to share with everyone today. The lives of our elderly and vulnerable who live in New York nursing homes, their lives matter. And their deaths are deserving of dignity, which requires truth, not lies. People in nursing homes, their lives may be hidden. It may be more dependent, but it does not mean that they can be forgotten. In fact, it means all the more they must be remembered. We are here today not only to raise awareness of the little treasures who we lost, 15,000 plus, because of the policies that were enacted under Andrew Cuomo, and we need to hold them accountable. We need to hold Andrew Cuomo accountable, who's now running for mayor. We need to hold him accountable, and we are also asking him to apologize, because how can we move forward in this city if we don't meet this with truth and daylight? Thank you. This is Rosangel Pérez reporting from Brooklyn for Cafecito Break. All right, so I'm gonna answer a question that we just got. Why was Sliwa at that event? All of the mayoral candidates were present at that event, except for Andrew Cuomo. So look back at the footage. I'm gonna just play the beginning part and just see how they selectively edited it so that you only see Sliwa and Mamdani in the frame. But when you watch the full video, and it's gonna be here.
To everyone who is here, and I call on our former governor to answer the calls of these families, to apologize for the mistakes that he made in the pandemic, and to show himself worthy of the same accountability that we want every single leader to be open.
All right, so if you see, that is selective editing. They've cropped it out so you don't see that there are other candidates that were running for mayor present at that event. When you hear my whole, I mean, of course, what I'm presenting to you is also edited, but I do give you some sweeping shots, and you see all of the candidates that were there standing next to each other. But that may not be enough for you guys, right? And there's also a voiceover of Michael Blake, who was, that I used in that video that I just also shared with you. And he was also one of the candidates running for mayor. So this was a lie. So here's a question that was posed by, I just want to share. This was Michael Kane, who's a dear friend of Cafecito Break, who's like, he's has some lawsuits going. He's a fired teacher for refusing the COVID jab. And, we have a lot of grievances as to why we would never, ever, ever support Andrew Cuomo. Take a listen.
So Cafecito Break, New York City grassroots Hispanic media for Curtis Sliwa, is now restricted for suspicious activity on X. Right as Andrew Cuomo's account comes out with a lie that Sliwa was campaigning with Mamdani, when what really happened is every single candidate came out against Cuomo with the Voices for Senior rally, because Cuomo murdered 15,000 or more seniors. Back during the primary, every single candidate came out for that. Jim Walden, remember that? Jim, you were there. You were there too, but Cuomo cut that out. You could admit that, Jim, right? You could admit you were campaigning against Cuomo at that rally in Brooklyn alongside Zohran Mamdani, alongside Curtis Sliwa, right? Why is X restricting Cafecito Break? What's going on? Days before an election when they're pumping out pro-Sliwa content. What's going on?
What's going on? Why are we getting restricted? Why? Well, we have had access in the most divine ways. I say some of these moments have really been, God. So one of the reasons is that we've been squeaky wheels for Sliwa. We saw the game, we're seasoned. Maybe some of you are not familiar with the Perez sisters, but when we were growing up, our uncle was trying to groom us for politics. We like politics, as you can tell, we're still in it, but we love it from this part of the spectrum, getting close to it, being able to platform candidates who are running on local elections and giving them an opportunity here to connect with the voice of the people. So we love to platform real common sense folks who are doing things that are improving or want to improve the lives of community wellness for overall. So, once upon a time, I didn't think that would be so much political, but I guess everything in life is politics. All right. Let's show you some little videos that I can't really show anymore on X because I'm currently blocked. And these are really important videos. So for those of you who are in New York, if you are voting, when you vote, right, make sure you flip the paper and you vote no on this city of yes that they're proposing. They always want to disguise things that sound good, like they're for the benefit of the people. But if we vote yes to these things, what we're also saying yes to is having these lithium battery situations being kept in different boroughs, and they are not good for the environment. Once they can get fire very they're very flammable, excuse me, and it's really hard to put out. And strangely enough, there's proposals for these things, or maybe there are existing of these lithium battery places, all except for Manhattan. So let me just show you this interview with a woman that we had an opportunity to chat with, and its city of yes is a Trojan horse.
All right, here we are with... Hi, Claudia Greco. I'm from Marine Park, Brooklyn. And it's important to remember that our message that Curtis Sliwa is the only one standing against the City of Yes, which was instituted by Mayor Adams and supported by both Mamdani and Cuomo. And that is leading to the destruction of low-density popular neighborhoods and allowing the embedding of lithium-ion battery storage systems, the ones that catch fire and explode, in residential neighborhoods in every borough of New York except Manhattan. That's why it's a major out-of-borough issue. And Curtis is the only one of these candidates that has stood with these people across all the other boroughs on this issue. That's what differentiates him from the other two. It's important because those are toxic chemicals when those batteries ignite, and they are pre-fast chemicals forever. They will stay in the ground, in your homes, in your apartments, in your schools, in your churches, wherever. You cannot pass that along to your children. It's about the destruction of entire neighborhoods. So I'm for Curtis because he will save not only your neighborhood, but mine.
Yes, thank you so much.
Can you imagine? There's so many videos that go viral on X and on social media. These videos need whoever has access at this 11th hour. Don't do it for my sake. Yes, I'm hurt as a content creator that we took another hit at the 11th hour and we're not able to push content that the people need. But right now, I am asking those of you who have a big reach, if you can help push some of these videos out. Let the people know so that they can make a better choice. We only have one more day to push this out, guys. There is a lot of back and forth of whether or not the polls are accurate. Dios mío, what do you think? I mean, the polls, how many times have they told us about the polls? Has it always been correct? But some people take the money and some people don't. Here is Curtis Sliwa a few hours ago.
Then they said, we'll kill your wife Nancy and you. Do yourself a solid. You don't need this. But we continue because of you. This campaign is about the working class people who they don't listen to.
We the people love Curtis. We the people love Curtis. We the people love Curtis. We the people love Curtis.
So I am the son of working class people, as you are the sons and daughters of working class people. Today, as we went on our motorcade, we circled many of the cemeteries that they were laid to rest in, as my parents have been here in the borough of Queens. I was born in New York. They tried to kill me in New York before. I will die in New York City. I will be buried in New York City. And should somehow I don't win this election on November 4th, because we want to encourage everybody to vote. Men have died in battle to preserve our right of free speech and the right to vote, and I want to applaud everybody who has come out in unprecedented level to vote, to honor the men whose lives were given for this right that increasingly less and less people are taking advantage of. So if you want to honor your parents and grandparents, please do the following. We are the party that protects the tradition of what made this a great city. The blue-collar working class backbone. The Democrats don't any longer. Zoran Mandami does not. And Andrew Cuomo is in the back pocket of the developers. So please, there are three things you must do. Get out, vote yourself, and get everybody else to vote. Number two, on the front of the ballot, vote straight Republican. And be proud of who you are as Republicans, because we don't surrender, we don't retreat, we don't run, we don't hide. We fight, 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 fight. Vote the ticket, and then lastly.
Okay, that was earlier today. Let's share this video. This was done some time ago. This is again Michael Caine, Teachers for Choice. Guys, you got to understand, for 5 years, the Freedom Fam, those of us who said no to the mandates, those of us who said no to the COVID jab, Cafecito Break, we have been specifically just focused on covering the fired frontline workers, right? Those city workers, the fired FDNY, fired NYPD, fired teachers, fired counselors, fired health coaches, fired health facilities people, fired folks who worked with elders, fired counselors that worked in school, fired medical staff, can we continue? These are fire sanitation workers, all of these people who were there working on the front lines when in 2020, March 2020 on, all of us packed it up. We were told to go home for 2 weeks to slow the spread, which was a big fat lie. But while all of that was happening, while all of the chaos was unfolding, while all of these bodies were dying all around us, specifically in New York City, right? I want to speak intelligently to what I witnessed. These human beings that I have my sister and I have focused for years to cover their plight, they have been trying to gain justice. They won, some of them won their battles in court, and they were supposed to get their jobs back. But Eric Adams and his folks, they decided to continue to spend taxpayer money and instead of giving them their jobs back. There's been an insane amount of craziness that the last 5+ years we've all had to endure. On top of it, the censorship. So imagine going through all these trials and tribulations, being called heroes and celebrated as heroes, and then being zeros when you said no, because many people had already built up the immunity. There was no need for a COVID shot, but their rights were violated. They lost their jobs. So some people ended up homeless. Some people lost their livelihoods. I am not a city worker, but I had a small business. My sister and I lost our livelihoods. We had to close down after 9 years of having a little shop because we're big mouths on the internet. We lost, just on Instagram alone, 10 accounts. We've gotten ourselves into YouTube jail so many times. Conveniently, every single time we got out of YouTube jail during the COVID years, a week or two later, we were back in it. And so it didn't matter because we didn't get any attention, none of us, because since we all got shadow banned and censored, and people are so used to equating big accounts with people who have something to say, we have been dismissed for all of these years. All of thousands of people have been dismissed. I'm trying to articulate to you how big the story was. We were all traumatized when 9/11 happened. It was maybe 3,000 plus who died, unfortunately, that day when the towers came down. But it wasn't only 3,000, because people kept getting sick and those things kept magnifying. The world was traumatized. We are talking about Andrew Cuomo being responsible, his policy, for 15,000 deaths. Why in the world is this not the big story? Why in the world are we not making this the front story? No, but I have had to witness people in mainstream media battle it out back and forth with some of the stupidest talking points or racist points back and forth. This is not intelligent. Not when New York is on the line, not when the people of New York is on the line. And as a content creator, as somebody who did work in corporate media and has been independent for the last 13 years, I am disgusted. I am so disgusted at the media collusion, the mainstream media collusion, the Democratic Republican collusion that we've always known, but we really couldn't prove. And it's been so obvious. And then how interesting that my account gets blocked just as, and then the next morning, that famous little video that I showed you in the beginning, Andrew Cuomo posts. Unbelievable. Here is Michael Caine, Teachers for Choice, defending the Pérez sisters of Cafecito Break, which we really do appreciate it. It's been such a difficult week for all of us who are really trying to stand in our integrity. People have been, I'm not saying, when I say us, I don't mean just Cafecito Break. I'm talking about Sliwa supporters. I'm talking about the people who are like, no, we're not going to bend our morals or our integrity. Don't ask us to support a candidate that nobody likes. He was rejected by his own party twice. Are you guys gluttons for punishment? And then you have the audacity, the big grande cojones to insinuate that Sliwa or his supporters would be the spoilers. Do you know the last couple of weeks we have all been going through freaking hell because all of a sudden people are saying that we're the spoilers? How can we be the spoilers? That makes no logical sense. Makes no logical sense. Makes no logical sense. Here is Michael King.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Michael Caine with Teachers for Choice. Earlier today, I posted a video about how Andrew Cuomo is just lying about Curtis Sliwa campaigning for Zoran Mamdani. And he took clips from the Voices for Senior Memorial in March, which had everybody running for mayor in attendance, except for Andrew Cuomo there, and showed a picture of Sliwa over Zoran's shoulder. And this was proof. They're campaigning together. It's beyond a lie. It's disgusting. Voices for Seniors has come out and denounced it in very, very strong terms. Shout out to them. And we always stand with Voices for Seniors. They're a great grassroots group. But I brought up Cafecito Break. Cafecito Break has just had their account frozen on X. They can't add any more content to their X account, right as this last minute disgraceful, disgusting lie from Andrew Cuomo is breaking to disparage Sliwa and make him look like he supports Mamdani. That's their whole game right now. What I forgot to say is that Cafecito Break was at the Voices for Senior Memorial in March. They spoke to all the candidates there. They have footage of the entire thing. And if their X account had been allowed to post that stuff out, they could have been pumping out content all day right before the election that very well could have gone viral on X. Now, we don't know why Cafecito Break's X account is frozen. We don't know why. All we could do right now is speculate. But we're calling on X, we're calling on Elon Musk to unfreeze their account. It says there was suspicious activity. It's ridiculous. I mean, they haven't had problems. They don't do anything wrong. They're professional media people at a grassroots level. So it's very odd and very suspicious. So I am calling on Elon Musk and on X to unfreeze Cafecito Break's account. This is they've been pumping out pro Sliwa content for months. And right before the election, when they have some key footage, their account is frozen. You can see everything they have, but they can't upload anything new. That sounds like election interference. What's going on? So I just wanted to make that clear because I didn't completely make that 100% connection to the material that I know for a fact Cafecito Break has. I mean, I've seen tons of it. I know they have even more than I've seen. So tag Elon Musk, tag at X, and ask them, what's going on? What are you doing? End this free Cafecito Break. Give them access to their account right now. Because the election, we only got like 48 hours. Peace, everybody.
That was awesome. Thank you, Michael Caine. Thank you, Naomi Wolf, and everyone who has been reposting. We, at the current moment, last I checked, I wasn't able to get into the account. Usually every single time, like I tried too many times and now I'm frozen. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. Wish us luck. We're supposed to host a show on X with Tremel Thompson, who has been a whistleblower for the MTA. And let's see if we're able to even share it on X. I had the opportunity to attend a press conference earlier today with Curtis Sliwa present. And guess what? Some of the big media were there.
Just also thank Dan here.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's do some show and tell. Okay. Channel 7 was there, Fox was there, Channel 2, which is CBS, and the white red The white mic with the red top is me. Mainstream media was there. He gives a statement. You know, he's the Republican candidate for a race that is gaining not just national attention but worldwide attention. If he's the Republican candidate, why is he not getting more attention? So here, these big networks show up to cover the event, and when there's a hey, any questions? Are there any questions from the audience? No one asks a question. Isn't that interesting? In what world does it make sense that if it's the 11th hour with a race that is so popular and everybody wants to know about it, why would the mainstream media not have at least one question for Curtis Sliwa? Well, thank God that we were there. Okay, so see for yourselves. Let's play this down. This is raw, guys. You know what? I'm sorry. I realized that is the wrong clip, but at least you guys know we were there. Hold on, let me bring up the right clip. My apologies. We're doing this live and in living color. I wonder if, okay, hold on a second. Let's see. So I have to say that I haven't even had a chance to review this footage in the way that I wish I would have. Oh, it's not letting me get it. Maybe I need to show you one of these first, one of the raw footages of, let me see what this is. Let me see if it lets me. 1 second. Okay. Hi. All right. Stand by. I'm getting the clip. Okay, here it goes. Excuse me. I am so sorry, guys. I know that this is a little bit sloppy, but I just got back from the press conference. Every minute counts. It's the 11th hour. Cafecito break has been blocked. We are one of the few independent outlets that have been covering Sliwa for months, and they blocked us on X. Our account and our videos were getting thousands of views. Some of them were breaking 100,000. And why? Because people, despite the shadow ban, people naturally want to know about Curtis Sliwa. So, okay, I think the video might be ready. I'm going to add it to the scene. And remember, this is raw, so I didn't even get a chance to even review this. It's just, I need to share it with you guys.
All right. Hold up. And I'll say one simple thing, not to be redundant and repeat myself. One person, one vote. The next mayor will be chosen by the people.
That's right.
That's right. Not the billionaires, not the insiders, not the influencers. I want to applaud all New Yorkers for coming out in unprecedented numbers. It's renewed my spirit in being an American. Even though I know, obviously, some of them are not voting for me.
We are.
But
I voted already.
But think about it. For a long time, people were not voting.
Yes.
Now we've stimulated Americans to understand they have the right to vote. They have the right of free speech. The debates prove that. And I was able to rise above the din, the arguing that took place, like two kids in a sandbox in a schoolyard, Zoran and Cuomo, who continued their arguments from the primary. But because of your support, we were able to introduce new ideas, new concepts to resolve the problems of affordability, cost of living, public safety, quality of life, and obviously the diminishment of the police department. So I want to thank you for giving me that opportunity. The debates proved that we have a program that's different than the Democrats.
That's right.
So thank you for coming, but every hour is important till every vote is counted at night. And we have a whole team to elect. Let us not forget our fellow Republicans who struggled, who sacrificed, who had to give up family time, job time in order to run. It's more difficult as a Republican because the deck is stacked against you in a predominantly Democratic city. Let's give a great standing round of applause to all of our Republican candidates.
God bless you. Yeah, God bless America.
Any questions that the press has?
Press only.
Okay. Curtis, Andrew Cuomo's account posted a misleading video about you and Zoran. Can you speak more about what that was?
Sure. But then again, that's why I call him Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo. He's evil. He's cold-hearted. Understand that this thing that we're involved in, Alicia, Joanne Areola, Phyllis, Tony Nunziata, everybody involved in the process, Peter, is the dirtiest business that exists. The dirtiest business. So on the eve of the election, Andrew Cuomo responsible for 15,000 elderly who died because of his executive order.
Criminal.
Diagnosed with COVID in hospital and under his order, then shipped into long-term nursing home care units. It was a guaranteed death sentence to them and the other seniors they were infecting. 15,000. He went before the House of Representatives, his own Democrats and Republicans, and they referred perjury charges to the Department of Justice because he lied. And then the family members stood behind him, remember, crying, and asked him, Andrew, turn around. Acknowledge us. We're human beings. We've suffered a loss. This cold-hearted, psychopathic liar could not even turn to them and with a modicum of sympathy and empathy just say, I'm sorry. And he continues to perpetuate that lie. So for those that may not know, there's an annual commemoration by the family members, Voices of Seniors. It represents all of the families. And the families, a panoply of different political ideologies, Democrats, Republicans, far left, far right, some who are independent. But they come together every year in downtown Brooklyn to honor their dead relatives. Everyone running for mayor this year was invited. Obviously, I was the only Republican. All the other Democrats came, including, and let me give her credit, Adrienne Adams, who gave such a heartbreaking presentation. Her own father from Southeast Queens, an Air Force veteran, was taken and put in a long-term nursing home care unit under Cuomo's orders, and she knew he would die, and he soon died thereafter. Everybody in the crowd cried. Zoran Mandami was there. Other candidates were there. I was there. And I even said, opening remarks, it was carried in the media. Look, I don't agree with anybody behind me on anything in the world, but we can agree that what was done to these elderly was unconscionable. And that Andrew Cuomo has forsaken his opportunity to ever represent us again, as Elise Stefanik said in those congressional hearings. So today, his team, with him, puts up an advertisement that suggests that I'm standing side by side with Zoran Mandami.
Wow. No way! No way! No way, guys!
despicable. But as I said, I'm not the only Republican who's ever had that done to them. That's right. President Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. Mine is small compared to what they've done to Trump and to some of our electeds and those running for office here. Politics is the dirtiest business. But we will overcome this because the people recognize what this is. Desperate people, Andrew Cuomo, do desperate things. Yeah. You need to go back to the Hamptons, hang out with your billionaire friends, because the people have rejected you before. They'll reject you again. It's me versus Zoran Mandami, and the people will determine who the next mayor is. Any other questions?
I love that someone is heard saying, we are the people, we will decide. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Dave. Let's take a moment to honor your mom. My mom's name was Sonia. She was in the Menorah nursing home in Manhattan Beach recovering from a stroke. I was not allowed in to see her because of the COVID restrictions. There are many people still suffering today for all of those moments we were not able to process in 2020. So many things unfolded and all of it happened so fast. My condolences to each and every one of you who suffered a loss and continue to suffer consequences of this devastating lockdown and the way it was managed by, I just have no good words. But for the sake of continuity, I'm going to replay that video so that you can see what Cuomo's account posted and how interesting that got opened up the opportunity for, I mean, I just want to acknowledge God right now, because how does that happen in one day? I really do believe that God has his hand on many of what's unfolding before us.
To everyone who is here, and I call on our former governor to answer the calls of these families, to apologize for the mistakes that he made in the pandemic, and to show himself worthy of the same accountability that we want every single leader to be open. So thank you so much to the families. Thank you for ensuring that we do not forget that which was done close to 5 years ago, and for continuing to honor all of us with the stories of your family.
And so when you think about it, understand that it wasn't just the lies and the continual lies of Cuomo. He's a liar, a degenerate liar. That he launched a vendetta to destroy people who stood up against him.
Make that your reminder of why we all fight. Make that your reminder of their smiles, of their memories, of who they are. And I close by saying this. Yeah, he could try to apologize now. But never forget when he said, "Who cares?" Never forget that. When being asked, what do we say to these families? Literally, he said, "Who cares where they die? Who cares? We care."
Thank you very much.
EWTN, which is the Catholic channel on YouTube, they made a statement regarding the lives of our elders that I wanted to share with.
Okay, we don't need to show that part. At this time, I want to see if I could show you proof. I didn't think that I'd have to look for this footage. This is raw. I haven't really been able to go through it. But for the sake of New York, let me see if I could just show you some of the raw footage of that event that day, if I'm able to bring this up. Dios mío. Oh man. Let me see. It doesn't want to play. Let me try one more time. Okay, guys, I'm going to try one more way. Oh, man. What a day. Okay, let's see. I think I may have it. Stand by, guys. My Lord. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to let me do it. Yep, you're right. Dave, who is in the comments, you know, I don't understand the weaponization to try to get us to support Cuomo. He hasn't even really shown up for everyday New York. It's been literally a sad state of affairs. Let me see if I could play you another video while I can see if I can get one of these videos so you can see raw footage of that event that Andrew Cuomo is lying about. Let's see. Let me show you maybe a little interview with Sammy Ravelo. Aquí estoy con Sammy Ravelo. ¿Cómo está en este día?
Muy bien, muy bien. Y listo para apoyar al próximo alcalde de Nueva York, Curtis Sliwa.
¿Cómo usted se siente que Curtis Sliwa está recibiendo tanta presión para salirse de esta campaña?
Claro, porque obviamente los demócratas, que han sido la supermayoría en esta ciudad, ellos mismos nos dieron el nightmare, como dicen, de Mandani, y ahora ellos están preocupados. Y ahora quieren que el republicano sea que le resuelva el problema a ellos. No, estas elecciones yo creo que nosotros vamos a sorprender. Va a haber una sorpresa aquí en estas elecciones porque hay una mayoría silenciosa que en verdad se quiere expresar que no le está gustando lo que está pasando con la seguridad, con la enseñanza que le están dando a nuestros niños y con la accesibilidad de los empleos y de los apartamentos. ¿Tú me entiendes? Hay muchas cosas que Curtis habla que tiene sentido y que nosotros queremos apoyar.
Nosotros que estamos ahí haciendo muchas entrevistas con las personas de Nueva York, una de las críticas que recibimos sobre Andrew Cuomo es que como que él no tiene mucha energía para esta campaña, como que esto es beneath him, pero no sé qué usted piensa, cuál es su mensaje para las personas en Nueva York que todavía no saben si Cuomo o Mamdani no pueden traicionar sus raíces demócratas.
Correcto. Yo lo que le digo a todas las personas es que chequen la persona que está trabajando, chequen la persona que está en la calle todo el día. Ustedes chequean las redes de Cuomo, chequen las redes de Mandani, chequen las redes de Curtis Sliwa. Hay un solo candidato, no tan solo que conoce a Nueva York, pero que ha ido a cada esquina de Nueva York hablándole a los neoyorquinos. Y eso es lo que yo le digo al hispano. Nosotros lo conocemos ya a Curtis y es de la persona que nosotros tenemos la confianza de que va a sacar a Nueva York del problema que nosotros tenemos.
La última pregunta, algo que me ha impresionado de una manera que no me gusta es el esfuerzo del media y de gente con mucho dinero que se están metiendo la cucharita para tratar de convencer a las personas, votan para Cuomo.
Sí, definitivamente hay una agenda en contra de Curtis, en contra del candidato republicano. ¿Y por qué sería? ¿Sabe? Y como uno ve, tú vas a la calle todo el
Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. All right, guys. I think that I'm going to have to, I'll show you some of the quick little videos, and I'm going to have to just upload the nursing home videos separately. So pay attention to the account and take a listen. I'll leave you with a few more clips of things we've covered. This is an interview with Scotty, Uncle Scotty Lebedo.
Cuomo cannot win. He cannot beat Ma'am Dandy. It's not possible. He is not going to get the votes. Curtis is the only one that can take this. And there's 2.5 weeks, a week and a half for people to flip their script and realize if you really want to save your city, you have to back Curtis, because Cuomo equals an extension of Ma'am Dandy. He's only going to get stronger. He's only 33. He's an aggressive, progressive, woke, socialist, communist, jihadi, and he's only going to grow if Cuomo wins. So you're kicking the can down the road. Everybody's putting a Band-Aid on a terminal cancer. You're not doing any, you're not saving it. This is the only time to save the city. Curtis is not going to be here in 4 years to try it again. Nobody's going to fill that shoe. Nobody's going to be here. It's going to be Ma'am Dandy again, and the city council, the assembly, are going to be all of his cult followers. The city is lost forever. So this is not about saving the city and throwing Curtis out with the bathwater. Everybody needs to flip that script. You want to save this city? It's Curtis Sliwa. Move that energy over, and we are a lock. That is a fact.
All right. And let's play this clip.
Curtis Sliwa supporters won't betray him. You know, because there's a lot of people that are playing the blame game, sliding into DMs, saying we're the spoilers.
I'm getting threats, I'm getting abuse, I'm losing friends and family. I mean, I did this with Trump already. And I got to do this now with my own city.
Yes.
Your city. I'm trying to save your city. Everyone thinks I'm getting something. He could offer me deputy mayor, commissioner of the police department, bartender at Gracie Mansion. I don't want anything. I don't want a nickel. I don't want a position. All I want is my city back, and Curtis is the only one to do it. It is a matter of loyalty. Curtis is my friend a long time. It's a matter of making things right. That's the man. And if he's going down in flames, then I will go down in flames with him.
Well, we're going to 10 toes down it. The Pérez sisters will also go all the way with Sliwa. Thank you, Uncle
That's what
Scott.
I want to hear. God bless.
Thank you. That was Uncle Scott.
Yeah, all the way to censorship land. Ay, Dios mío. I can't even believe this story. Yeah, I have no idea why I'm not able to call up the raw videos. I'm just gonna have to post them separately. I want to share this clip with you. Hold on a second.
As New Yorkers, by having a very clear race between Mamdani and a two-man race and a three-man race, I think what should happen is Andrew Cuomo should drop out. It should be a very clear choice between Mamdani on the far left and with Curtis Sliwa on the right, presenting things like tax cuts, like property tax cuts, like school choice, like actually law and order as opposed to attacking the police.
Dios mío. So yeah, I agree. And then this is a little comment from the Pérez sisters.
For many people that complain that New York has changed, then I know that we can all agree for the most part. You know, also we can at least admit that a lot of us have also become very dormant in how active we are in our neighborhoods and communities with trying to, you know, be a part of decisions here. And then when we kind of wake up and see that something extreme is happening here, and we're wondering where did that come from, where it came from the fact that we have, you know, put all of our trust on elected officials that have sold us out over and over again, and we keep voting them in, or we keep not participating and just trusting that they're going to repeat the same cycle. And they have looked out for nobody but their pockets and themselves, or their own agendas, or whatever collusion has been created, and not us.
Today's Democratic Party is not recognizable at all. Totally not. And it's disastrous to see how far they have fallen.
Up. the people that are here reflected on the screens, as you heard, we have all, in some way or another, our lives have been compromised. They're not the same. We are all should have been in top tier in our industries, and we have fallen far from grace, not because of our undoing. We still have our integrity intact. Maybe that's one of the few things I personally have left. So to ask me at the 11th hour to compromise with one of the few things I have left that I would never on earth part with is my integrity. So fuck you guys for trying to even go there with us, because you guys crossed the boundary that I think is, you can't come back from this. Not with me. Not with me. You can't come back from this. I'll keep it friendly in the street. I'll keep it civil. Yeah. I don't like to curse and get vulgar on the shows, but it's been a unbelievable week full of pressure of people who know you and know that you have a platform and have the audacity of messaging you or commenting and wanting to direct how you share your content. It's been an unbelievable thing to just witness and to see. It's been a hard week, I have to tell you. Once again, like feeling like everyone around you is just pointing fingers at you because they think that, you know, you're the reason that you're the one to blame if Mamdani gets in. But how in the world is that possible? The Democrats have been in charge for so many years in New York City. Yes, Republicans collude, but Republicans really don't have any power here in New York City, not yet. Right now, you know, Curtis Sliwa, some New Yorkers and some people, for rightful reasons, have a very strong distaste for Republicans and some of the Republican politicians. I think that we can all agree that Curtis Sliwa is just the people's mayor of New York City, someone who is a real New Yorker, someone who loves New York. And look at the people, the videos that I'm showing you, just see so much diversity in these videos, you know, and it's beautiful. Let me see, maybe I could share a couple of more. I love man on the street videos. My sister and I got to do some, so take a listen to this one.
Name and what brought you out here today?
Oh, I'm out here to support Curtis Sliwa. Sliwa for New York City mayor. You know, Sliwa, he's a real New Yorker. You know, he's been out in the streets protecting the lives of New Yorkers and keeping community safe, unlike Cuomo and Mamdani, who have not been there for working class individuals. For these people are catering to the millionaires and the billionaires, not working class.
And please tell us your name.
Eduardo Berroa Whiskey.
Gracias.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Oh my God. Man on the street interviews are so much fun because they're so raw. That's what I love about the creating content. Okay, so this is someone, this is a great interview too. Curtis Lee was an actual New Yorker. So take a
What
listen.
brings you out here, and how do you feel about Curtis Sliwa and his campaign and where it stands at the moment?
The reason why I came out here to actually support the rally. I support Curtis because he's an actual New Yorker. Cuomo, I wouldn't trust Cuomo because he had to step down on his last election, right? I mean, his last term, he stepped down because he got accused of being basically a granny killer. And then with Mamdani, he doesn't know he's an assemblyman and he's supposed to be making laws in his area. And I would like to know, has he made a positive contribution in the area that he's an assemblyman in? Because he's putting these fictitious promises on people that don't know politics. So what's happening is very simple. That the free rent, free everything, free. You have to make a budget, and the money that you're going to borrow is going to come from New York State. And the way that we pay New York State when you borrow money from them is to raise taxes. So he's not telling people that his policies is going to be raising taxes. Democrats love to raise taxes, and Republicans don't want to pay taxes. So that's why I'm here, and I'm in full support of Curtis Sliwa.
How do you feel about the idea of paying more money in this city? I mean, it seems like everything just keeps getting more expensive.
Well, being a former store owner, yeah, it got really bad during COVID. So I realized that inflation, it has to do with something else. So therefore, I really would look forward to Curtis actually being the mayor so that I could see some kind of change from that actually come from that. I haven't seen or heard anything positive from anybody else other than that we have to figure out ways to make people pay more money, such as congestion pricing.
Oh, yeah. And
every time we turn around, we have to keep paying more money.
And I don't know about you, but congestion pricing seems to have alleviated in the traffic in the city, but it seems to have congested some other parts.
Well, people don't want congestion pricing. The reality is it's putting a hurting on people's pockets. There are some people that could possibly afford it, but then there's a plethora of people that can't. And I don't think when they made the decision for that they took everybody into consideration. And if they did, that means when they took them into consideration, they didn't consider them. And that's my personal opinion.
Last question.
With the American flag in the street, let's see if they...
we love that. Last question.
Yes.
A message to New Yorkers, as many of them are still undecided, even if they might even go out to vote.
My thing is this: if you really believe in New York, right, and you want New York to progress, my strong suggestion is vote for Curtis Sliwa. When he was 16, he started the first recycling center in Brooklyn that caused New York to turn around and actually induce recycling. Then a few years later, he started the Guardian Angels. He has shown over 47 years or so that he actually cares about the interests of New York and the New Yorkers. I cannot say that about the other candidates.
Thank you very much.
Vote for Curtis. I'm here voting for him, and you should too.
Let's go, New York!
Let's go, New York. Okay, guys, it's been a long day. I'm going to wrap it up, and I promise I'll upload the other videos. It's going to be raw, but it's proof that is a doctored video that Andrew Cuomo posted today. Please help me out. Some people are saying that some of us feel like accounts during election season get throttled, especially conservative accounts across all platforms. This is an opportunity to help us get the story out. So it's not, you're not doing it for Cafecito Break. You're doing it for the people of New York, and you're doing it for the integrity of this campaign. We all know that politicians cheat and lie. I'm not saying that, I believe that any candidate is perfect. I think everybody is flawed. I do believe that Curtis Sliwa is the best choice that we have of all three of them. The Democrats left the common sense human beings a long time ago. Please do not feel like you need to be loyal to a party that has not been loyal to you. And yes, you can vote for a Republican if you are a registered Democrat in this race. And when you do, make sure you just vote for one candidate. All right, guys, thank you so much. I love you. Please get out there and vote on Election Day. Bring Theo, Grandpa, Julito, everybody. We need everybody to show up. I love you guys. And I'll leave you with one more thing. And this is me upset about all of the blame game that so many of us have been experiencing the last couple of weeks, specifically Curtis Sliwa, who has just been asked nonstop till this day to drop out. Bill Ackman wrote on his feed, a vote for Curtis Sliwa is a vote for Zohran Mamdani. At Curtis Sliwa, it is time for you to leave this race. We are grateful for all you have done for New York City and your advocacy, but the facts on the ground are clear. Andrew Cuomo can beat Zohran Mamdani in a one-on-one election if you drop out of the race. Every day you wait to leave the race reduces the probability of stopping Mamdani. I know you don't want to hand the city to him. Please step aside now. And you know what? And just like Mark repeating his message last week, I want to repeat part of my message from last week. I will repeat the statement. Sad, shameful, and laughable. The state of our New York City political affairs. Asking folks to support Andrew Cuomo is indeed insane and rooted in fear. We do not yield to a Democratic machine that is destroying our city. Curtis Sliwa loves New York and has proven it for almost 50 years. He can win if you show up to vote. So get some cojones, as Scott Lebedo said in his way, and go out to vote. We don't trust Andrew Cuomo. I personally cannot forgive him for the thousands of seniors who died due to the policies he pushed and decisions. And then when we talk about Zohran, he has no budget or job experience. So can we wake up and smell the coffee beans already, New York? And then this is the part that irritates me, and I'm trying to keep my Brooklyn temper in check. But this thing about blaming Curtis if Mamdani wins, and there's absolutely no accountability or reflection of what the Democratic Party leadership and anybody who has colluded with them, any of their little roles in this. That's my favorite thing about living in New York City. Absolutely no accountability, a lot of virtual signaling, and a lot of money disappearing. That's where I land my little plane and double down, triple or quadruple Curtis Sliwa for mayor. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe to Cafecito Break on all accounts. We are self-funded. As you can see, we do get censored. If you'd like to support us so we can maintain our independence, please donate. The links, you can find them on any of our profiles. We also have a Substack. You could become a member, or you can find our donation links there, or you could catch up with all of the podcasts and posts that we have there, cafecitobreak.org. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Stay strong and stand up for NY.